Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, the number one place where we talk about environment, environmental conservation, environmental law, and regulations that govern how the environment and natural resources are utilized. So welcome again and subscribe to my channel. If you're not yet subscribed, hit on the subscription button so that you subscribe to my channel. Today I want us to look at World Environmental Days that are usually celebrated in the world. Which are these days that we celebrate that involve conservation, preservation, or specifically that talk about, or the main aim is to create awareness on the environment. They are called environmental days that we have. And of course, before we continue, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Now, I believe you have already subscribed to my channel, so let's get into the first day that is usually celebrated, and especially here in the country, is usually called the World Environmental Day. World Environmental Day is celebrated every 5th of June of every year. Every year, 2nd of June, we have World Environmental Day, and it is usually celebrated nationally and globally. So the whole of that week is usually World Environmental Week, where people come together, they form celebrations, they form cleanups, they form different activities or build-up activities that bring people together, that is aimed at creating awareness on environmental issues, and especially the emerging issues that we have. For example, marine pollution, we have overpopulation of the human beings, we have climate change and such things. So this day is very aimed at creating awareness or raising awareness of the environmental issues, especially the emerging ones that we have here in this world. And like I said, it is celebrated every 5th of June. We have national celebrations that are usually held by NEMA in conjunction or in together with other lead agencies. We have them. Every county usually hold its county environmental day, and this is usually done by the county government, but of course with the help and the assistance of other lead agencies, including NEMA. So make sure next year, 5th of June, or the whole of that week, you know where your county is celebrating this day, and of course be involved and do something for the environment. Okay, the second day is called World Day to Combat Desertification. World Day to Combat Desertification, and this one is just celebrated according to the global environmental calendar. It's not usually on specific day, so it's usually it comes up depending on the environmental calendar, and it has been celebrated since 1995, and this is usually to raise awareness on the increasing desertification that we have with the climate change happening. And we all as Africa is one of the parts that is going to be hit most by climate change. So we have seen, or you have heard, that desertification is increasing at a very alarming rate. The rate at which deserts are forming, or the rate at which the land is drying up into a desert, is really causing a lot of stress. And this day is usually celebrated so that people can be aware of what is happening, that we can take action that can reverse or at least slow down the rate at which deserts are forming. Remember, this is as a consequence of climate change, so we need to know how we can mitigate or even how we can adapt to desertification. So this day is specifically to raise awareness on desertifications. How do we mitigate desertification? How do we adapt to desertification? How do we live with desertification? And of course, then this is the day that we talk about deserts and desert formation and what is causing the high rate at which deserts are forming. That is called World Day of Combating Desertification. All right, that is day number 2. Day number 3 is called World Wetlands Day. World Wetlands Day is celebrated every 2nd of February. Every 2nd of February, there is usually these celebrations, World Wetlands Day, and we have them celebrated even here in the country. These are global day for wetlands. We have them celebrated here in the country. So let me know down in the comment section, do you remember where this year's World Wetland Day was held, in what county and where specifically? What was the theme? Let me know down in the comment section if you can remember. And it is usually held, there's usually a national celebration that is usually mainly spearheaded by NEMA. They come together with the organization or lead agencies that deal and are specific to wetlands and water resource management. Those includes the Water Resource Authority. They include the it's called the Kenya not the wetland. It's called we have this agency that deals with what are they called? But we shall look at them. So these, the organizations that are mainly dealing with water, come together and form these Wetlands Day, where they celebrate, and of course the theme or the aim of usually that day is to create awareness on the wetlands. Remember, the wetlands are very important and play a crucial role in the survival or in the continuity of biodiversity. So it is usually these are very important aspects or important resources that we have, as much as they don't seem like they do anything. You might think they are wastelands, but they play a crucial role in your survival and the survival of the biodiversity. So it is important that we take care of our wetlands. It is very important that we take care of our wetlands. As much as we are using them, utilizing them, we need to make sure that we are doing it in a sustainable way, in a environmentally friendly way. We need to use them in such a way that we do not pollute them, we do not degrade them, and they will be there to continue offering the services that they offer. These are indirect services. They are called free resources. These are free resources that we don't have to change their status. We need to make sure that they remain as they are so that they can continue providing their services. So this day talks about the wetlands that we have in the country, how we can keep protecting them, how we can coexist with the wetlands without altering their functions. So this day is just celebrated on 2nd of every February, World Wetlands Day. That is day number 3. Day number 4 is called World Cleanup Day. World Cleanup Day happens every 3rd week of September. 3rd week of September we have, that is usually the World Cleanup Day. And we have them in the country. We have seen them recently. We had our cabinet secretary going out and doing some cleaning in some river with of course as a team with other lead agencies, their directors and so on. We saw that happening recently. I hope you did see that. Let me know down in the comment section what river they were cleaning up, so that I can see if you follow up on environmental news. Let me know down in the comment what river did the cabinet secretary with other people clean up on the World Cleanup Day here in Kenya. Let me know. So that happens every 3rd week of September, where this day is usually to encourage volunteerism. It is usually to encourage people you should volunteer when it comes to issues of environment. So people, volunteers, groups, organizations come together and they do a cleanup. You could decide to clean up a street in town, or the whole town, or some specific place. You do some cleanup, and this is a group of people. So that means you guys have volunteered to clean up the environment, and as you're doing that, you're raising awareness and you are educating people, or you're creating, or you're sending out the message that you as an individual can also volunteer to do something for the environment. You can take action as an individual when it comes to environmental conservation, environmental friendly activities. So these days we to encourage voluntary environmental stewardship. So it is just celebrated every 3rd week of September. And of course, I did a video where I did my small cleanup in my small way. I hope you have watched that video. I'm going to link it up here so that you can see what I did on the World Cleanup Day 2020. Okay, so I hope you're going to watch that video, subscribe to this channel, and of course watch this video to the end, because that is only the 4th. The other day that we're going to talk about, that is day number 5, is usually called the World Day of Water. World Day of Water is celebrated every 22nd of March, 22 of March. of every year, and this day is usually to preach the importance of conserving the waters that we have here in the country. I have done a video talking about why you need to conserve every drop of clean water that you have, because soon and very soon, sooner than we even think, clean water or fresh water is going to be a scarce resource because of how we are continuing, how climate change is coming up, and so many things that are happening. You might find that clean water is going to be a scarce resource, and then what do we need to do? We need to come up with ways of conserving the little that we have. We need to come up with strategies of how you're going to utilize the waters that we have. And so this day talks about conserving the fresh water, conserving the freshwater bodies, conserving the resources that are involved directly or indirectly in the provision of waters. So we usually have themes that usually, of course, every day has a theme that changes from year to year. Like, for example, I have some examples here. In 2020, the World Day of Water was the theme of 2020 was water and climate change. What's the relationship between water and climate change? 2019, it was leaving no one behind. When it comes to clean water conservation, preservation, and so on, you don't want to leave anybody behind. 2018, it was nature for water. 2017, it was why waste water. So you can see there is themes that these ones are the ones that usually have the message that that day is aimed at promoting, at creating awareness of. And so just make sure you know when this is happening, get to know the theme, get to listen to what is happening, watch out what people will be doing on these days, and of course participate where it is possible. And these days the impact should not be just on 22nd of March. It should be an everyday impact, every time. And now, if the theme this year was water and environmental and climate change, let's keep thinking about, let it be in the mind, what is going to happen as climate change is happening, what is going to happen to the water, what's the impact of climate change on water, such things. So because that is the aim of these days, celebrations of this kind. So that is the 5th day, the World Day of Water, that is celebrated every 22nd of March. Day number. The last one that we are going to talk about here is not like the final day of environment. It is just that we're going to talk about 6 of them here. It's usually called the International Day of Forest. International Day of Forest happens every 21st of March. So 21st of March is International Day of Forest, 22nd March is International Day of Water, or the World Water Day. So International Day of Forest, like the name suggests, talks about the forest, the importance of the forest. We celebrate the forests that we have. We create awareness on the importances of the forest, of the trees, and all these things. And of course, activities that are usually carried out involves planting of trees, speeches that talk about will talk about the environment, about conservation of the forest, about reasons why we need to do away with some species of trees and plant more of these species of trees and such things. Like we have said, every day usually have its own theme. So this day is usually all about forest, creating awareness on the importance of the forest in our survival, or in the survival of humankind, the importance of forest in our day-to-day life. So that happens on every 21st of March. Check out in your county. It mainly is usually the celebrations are usually spearheaded by the Kenya Forest Service. So make sure you are aware, or at least check out for next year a time like 21st of March. Where will the celebrations be? Is it happening in your village? Can you come up with do you have a group, or can you organize a tree planting day on that day in celebration of the International Day of Forest? Those are the few. There are just 6 of them that we have talked about. There are so many. You need to download the Environmental Day calendar. It has all of them, and then you can be able to have access and to know which day is being celebrated when. These are just a few. We're not even halfway with the dates. So now you know a few of them. And thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. and I will see you in the next video. But till then, keep safe.